Namaste children. Have you all completed the exercise which I gave it in the last class? Okay, good. Today I am going to teach the 9th session from Communication Skills Unit. The session name is Asking Questions. Once a teacher completes teaching a lesson, we usually ask if you have any doubts. You can raise questions, is it not children? But how many of you utilize this chance and clear your doubts children? Only a few. So, what is the use of raising questions? Why do we need to raise questions children? Why do we ask questions? About that only we are going to learn in this lesson. Let us see it in this lesson children. In this session, you will learn about the importance of asking questions and how to get information by asking the correct questions. Need for asking questions. A question is a request for information. It could be any type of information, such as an answer to a question in the textbook, information about a person or a place, or about how to do a task. Now let us see how it helps us. Asking questions helps us to gain new knowledge, get information. Make sure that what we know is correct. It avoids doubts, confusion, misunderstanding, and start talking to people by asking about them and their ideas. Okay. How to make sure we have complete information? If you do not have information about how to reach a place, you will not be able to reach it. If you do not know how to do some work, then you will not be able to complete it. Unless you ask questions and get information. Asking all the correct questions at the right time is also very important. Children, do you know 5W plus 1H method for asking questions? Let us see that children. 5W means word starting with W letter. Okay. Begins with W. What are they? Who, where, when, what, why. These are the 5 W's. And what is 1H children? How. Okay. Can you repeat after me children? Who, where, when, what, why, how. These are 5W and 1H method. How we are going to use it? I'll give you some examples for that. Using who. I'll give one example. How to use this who? Who is used to ask about people. Example, who is the new student in the class? How will you use where children? Where is used to ask about a place. Where does she live? Like that you can ask. Okay, next one is when. How will you use when? When is used to ask about time. So when did she join school? Example, when did she join school? Next one is what. What is used to ask about a thing, an idea, or an action. So how will you use what? What is her favorite subject? Like that you will ask. What is her name? What is your name? Like that, no? You can say many examples. Why? How will you use why? Why is used to find the reason. So example, why is she not talking to anyone in the class? Next one is how. How is used to find the method. So example for how. How can I help her make friends? I'll repeat, how can I help her make friends? In each category, I gave one example children. You also make more examples. Practice it children. Children, end of the session, I attached exercises that also read and find out the answer, children. Next topic is asking questions 2. A question is a sentence, phrase or word that either asks for information or is used to test someone's knowledge. We always use a question mark at the end of a question. Asking the correct questions can help us to get the information we want. There are two basic types of questions. One is close-ended, another one is open-ended. So there are two types of questions. One is close-ended, another one is open-ended. What do you mean by close-ended questions? Questions that can be answered with a yes or no are called close-ended question. That is because the answer options are limited or closed. For example, when we ask, do you have a TV at home? The answer could be either yes or no. Sometimes when we ask a question, we expect a lengthy answer with more details. For example, when I ask, what do you like to watch on TV? The answer could be, I like to watch movies on TV. These are called open-ended questions because their answer options are not limited or closed. In this case, the person could have also said sports, news or anything else. Next topic is framing questions. Framing close-ended questions. We can form close-ended questions by adding helping verbs like be, do and have. What it conveys? It conveys such as time and mood. Okay. It conveys the additional information such as time and mood. Some more auxiliary verbs are there. I'll read out one by one. Can, shall, may, should, could. It is also called modal verbs. Now I am going to give one example for close-ended question using auxiliary verb. The sentence I like it can be changed into a close-ended question by adding the word do before the subject I. How? This creates the close-ended question like this. Do I like it? Another example I am going to tell using a word could. C-O-U-L-D. Could. The sentence is you share your lunch with your friends. How I am going to change? Using could, I said, no. Could you share your lunch with your friends? Like this, you can change the sentence like a close-ended question. Here you have to note that the helping verb changes based on the subject, but the main verb remains unchanged. For example, in the sentences under the question below, the main verb remains unchanged, but the auxiliary verb changes based on the subject. Close-ended questions with helping verbs. Sentence, I cook dinner. Using do, can, these words we are going to make a question, close-ended questions. Using I cook dinner sentence, how we are going to make it as a question word? Do I cook dinner? Another example, she can cook dinner. Close-ended question. Can she cook dinner? Sentence. Third example, they cook dinner. How you can change it? Do they cook dinner? Like that. Framing close-ended questions. In some cases, we exchange the positions of the subject and the verb to create a close-ended question. We can follow a similar method for sentences that already have auxiliary verbs. Now I am going to tell few examples for close-ended questions, subject, verb exchanged. I'll read out the sentence first and then I'll tell the question, close-ended question. He is there. Close-ended question after exchanging positions of the subject and the verb. Is he there? Second example. They were cleaning their room. After changing the subject and the verb, were they cleaning their room? Third example. You can help me. After changing the subject and the verb, how will you tell? Can you help me? So like this it goes on, children. Next topic is framing open-ended questions using question words. Some questions are called open-ended because their answers are not limited or closed. They have to be answered with more information than just a yes or no. We can form open-ended questions by using question words such as what, why, who, how, when and where. So here you have to notice how these questions cannot be answered with a yes or a no. Now I am going to read out few examples for open-ended questions with the question words. Open-ended questions. What did you do? Answer sentence. I went to the park. Second example. Why did you go there? Answer sentence. I went to meet my friend. Third example. How did you go? Answer. I cycled. Children, I told few examples. You can frame more questions in close-ended and also open-ended. Okay, children, can you try that? End of this session, I gave exercises to children. Read that and answer for that. Today, I completed asking questions 1 and 2. Okay. In exercises, they gave MCQ, that is multiple choice questions, and one question also they gave. Let me read out the question. Make a note of 5 questions your friends asked you. How many were open-ended questions? Make a list of 5 close-ended questions you asked other people in one day. So for this question, you have to write the answer on your own, children. Think it and write it, children. We'll meet you in the next